I'll stop. That could go on for a while. Hello, hobby. Ziggy No back. I was just listening to SVC, SCB, SVC. Big fan, big fan. First of all, just really happy he's back. I almost wondered, was he colluding with Sports Card Radio? Because Sports Card Radio left us and S SCV returns. How fortunate for us. I'd recommend someone fill in that Thursday night gap. Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? I am live. It is a Wednesday release night. Tops update. Chrome having fun. Got breaks going on in the Queen's Castle. Check them out. Team is doing well. Great, amazingly exciting things going on in the sports card breaking business world. I'm gonna say not even breaking. Just let's call it uh, wonder what that's gonna look like. We lost like everything for at least I don't know a full minute. I don't know, I'll check the video and see what's going on. Maybe this stays up. Maybe it doesn't. Don't know where we were. We're gonna just jump back into it. So, guys, welcome. Wednesday night. I want to talk about learning and growing. Learning and growing in the hobby is kind of an update vlog for me to remember as well. So, it's funny watching a lot of content. In fact, what triggered this? I was just watching Cage Lawyer tonight, and he came on based talking about going back to boring and the hobby's lame and la wah, wah. Which reminds me, this dope here keeps running his mouth about how terrible things are, how negative everything is. Wah, wah, wah. I want to point out both those guys will prevent the hobby from ever booming again. Do you know that? Cage Lawyer and Chucklehead here will prevent the hobby from booming again. What do I mean by that? It's not that they mean to do it, but here's why I'll say that. Okay. In 2020, what we had happen was a bunch of ignorant people came into the hobby all at once. And it wasn't just they came in, they were ignorant, but there was no one to warn them. There was no loud voices, no audience to say, hey, be careful, watch out for that, don't do this, I recommend that. It was just everybody ran to the goddamn YouTube. Everybody got their head up there. I remember that one guy, Boris, right? He'd bounce around with the cameras in the back, right? And then this chucklehead came around. He bounced around too in the corner of the room with his paintings. And we all just tuned in and we all learned together. In fact, I remember from the beginning, one of my first videos I put up there was basically saying, look, guys, you're running for the mountain because there's a gold rush called sports cards, but no one is paying attention to the rattlesnakes and the pits and the cougars and all the traps that are in the way. Well, now, because of the education, because of the voices, because this guy right here has 20,000 viewers, he would warn lots of people not to make the same mistakes others made in 2020. And because of that, you'll never have another boom. Does that make sense? See, part of the reason we had the boom was you had so much ignorance. Ignorance fueled the boom. That's very, very important to understand. Ignorance fueled the boom. More than money, it was ignorance, because ignorance made the decisions with the money that led to the boom. Someone was talking, I think it was Mojo Breaks, was talking about the Zion Williamson card sold for $600,000. What was it? A Zion NT RP 899. I remember when Zion's draft when they had the draft product and he had a numbered 5 sold for like $100,000 on eBay. Now it never got paid, but that was the first Zion autograph that dropped, and everyone went crazy. And everybody's talking about it. Oh my God, these are massive cards. And this was the draft Zion product. Boy, if you've been around before, you knew about those Ben Simmons. Oh, Ben Simmons is going to change the world, but he doesn't have his auto, so it's all about the refractors. Very, very similar guys that we saw in Victor Wembanyama. My point to this is that we've already done all this. It's already been done and done over and over and over, but now we have chuckleheads to warn us, and that's a good thing. I mean, even chuckleheads that don't even know what the hell's going on, they keep us from pressing the gas too hard. So we've learned that. We've learned that. One thing we have not learned, one thing these guys have still not learned, is that there's two types of people in the hobby. Two types of people. Now, I used to say there's three types of people. There's sheep, there's wolves, and there's sheepdogs. But that's different. Let's just go a little bit deeper in this. There's two types of people that come in the sports card hobby. There's those that will never leave. And you guys know who you are. And you know what I mean, right? You're lifers. You've been collecting since day one. You were here in 1989 when they went to the National in, I don't know, Atlanta. You were there in 1990 when there was in Anaheim. You know, you've been to 16 Nationals in the last 12 years. All those wonderful stats. That's a lifer. Am I a lifer? I don't know. I'm not really, because I wasn't into this a long time. I came back into it about, I'd say, 10-ish years. But at this point in my life, I don't see leaving it. Does that make sense? Second person who comes into the hobby, they never stay. Just very simply, they never stay. That's probably the most common person in the hobby. The person who is the most common person in the hobby is the person who's not going to stay. They come in, they play, they get in a couple seasons, they chase some products, they buy cards, they sit in their closet, and they totally forget about it. They probably donate them, sell them, give them away. They're just tired of them. They burn out on cards. They played with it, they touch it, they didn't like it, they didn't get as deep. They saw the nuts like me, and they said, you know what, I don't want to be like Ziggy, and they got out. Those people are plentiful. And here's the best part about those. Those people continue to come in. Those people will continue to feed those who stay. Those who stay here will get to eat all the leftovers for the people who come in and party and don't know what the hell they're doing. That's the hobby, man. That is the biggest lesson learned from what I've seen in the hobby. And I tell you, now that I'm more behind the scenes and in the business side of it, it's clearer than ever. Sometimes I look at stuff and go, how the hell are we going to sell that? How in the hell are we going to move that? How in the hell is this? And then it happens. And I go, yeah, it does. That's just the hobby. The hobby is a monster. And I'm small. So when I see big, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Amazing. And where we can go, the growth is amazing. I mean, guys, people want to complain, oh, the hobby's slowing down. No, it's not. Your hobby might be slowing down. Here's what I think. I'm talking fast here. I'm on a roll. I think a lot of these people are niched, right? They're in a little groove. They have their 10, they had the peak, they had 20 friends, right? Now they're down to 5. And they're feeling like, well, I'm lonely. There's not even people there anymore. The hobby must be shrinking. No, it's just you're not growing. You have stopped growing. You think you're growing, but you're not. Get out there, meet new people, try something different, open a fucking box, jump into a break, grade some cards, do something different, participate. There's so much going on. Check out TCG, go grade some Pokemon cards. Go to Walmart, buy some stuff. No. Jump into a drop. Get the EQEL drop. There's so much going on. Two types of people. Don't forget that. Those who never leave and those that never stay. The manufacturer wars. I remember, I think that was today, a Mojo Break referred to the manufacturer wars, the license versus unlicensed. What's going on in that battle? What do you guys think? How is it going? How is the unlicensed war going? Well, I can tell you this. I think we're being punished in some ways. Maybe we're being thankful, because could you imagine how much Panini would charge if they actually had the licenses for some of these guys? But football has been punished. I agree. There's no good football autographs in the Panini products. I also say this too, and I say this in a light way. Topps unlicensed products are struggling. If you look at their resale values, they're not doing very well. I mean, I personally have sold some cards of theirs that just have not done very well. Excuse me. The most concerning thing to me, and I don't want to speak too soon on this, I just don't understand this, but when we were at the Fanatics Fest back in August, they gave us a great presentation. My favorite presentation of the whole show was about upcoming products: football, basketball, baseball, even soccer was talked about. It's November 14th right now. We roughly got about 6 weeks left in the year. I don't see any of those any of those football or basketball products that we saw on that list coming out, right? I'll also say this, Fanatics Fest back in August, I was very critical of it, okay? I've been critical from the beginning. It was a decent event. It way underachieved as far as its goals. It was not that impressive to me. Now, again, my expectations were different. I was very, very, very disappointed in the VIP package. The bag itself, okay, right here is a paper bag. This bag is stronger than the bag that I got from. I could just write on here the national, Fanatics Fest, and this bag would be better. And you heard there's been changes to Fanatics Fest. So a couple things that are coming to my mind. I think Fanatics is responding and reacting to the market. I think they're looking at the events thing and going, guys, I don't think you know what you're doing. And we need to get this shit right. We said we're going to do Comic-Con, and we basically did Flea Market Fest. And I'm critical of that. I know people go, oh, it was the greatest event in the whole wide world. Great. I'm glad you like the 40-yard dash. And on the product, guys, the thing I didn't like about the football product was they had no rookies in there except for the 4 quarterbacks. That's it. Think about that. Everything else was vets. No one wants that unlicensed product stuff, man. So you had 4 quarterbacks to chase in that product. And of the 4 quarterbacks, maybe one of them you want right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's just argue and say 2 of them are good. And I don't care who the 2 are. You pick yourself. But it's hurting the product. They didn't come out with, for example, at the Fanatics Fest, they talked about Topps Chrome football, and they showed a picture of Caleb Williamson, I think it was, or was it Caleb? I can't remember, but they showed a really cool picture. It was the same stock as the baseball cards on. I don't have any around me right now, but I was excited about that. I was like, that'd be great. We need a Chrome football product. That'd be awesome. I haven't heard anything from it. I know Bowman U is coming out end of the month. In fact, I know Gilded's coming out. I know, some other cool products coming out, but I don't see football or basketball. And I know that's bad. I hope Fanatics is doing the right thing internally. Maybe they're slowing down the production. They're going, no, let's hold off on that. Let's do something a little different. Maybe let's wait on some of the stuff. Another thing I was thinking about too, by the way, guys, they were doing the Orlando event, and there was supposed to be an event-specific product for the Orlando event. I wonder whatever happened to that. Did it ever get created? And was there some Orlando packs out there that we don't know about? I don't know. So my point to this is that I think Fanatics is making some good changes. I think they're getting their ducks in a row. I think they're lining up the engine. If you think about where we have been in the last few years, it's only been a few years since they made the acquisition, and they haven't had full power yet, right? The Death Star is not fully operational yet. I mean that in a nice way, by the way. Okay. So I'm hoping that we see some better events next year. I'm definitely going to support Fanatics events. I love what the potential is there when they've talked about stuff like collaborations that are what they did the All-Star game, not this year, but the last year was great, where they had breakers at the All-Star game, breaking cards, and baseball players sitting down and signing cards. That was awesome. I don't know why they didn't do that again. But on to my last little topic here. I can't even find it anymore. I think I've covered it all. I think I've said all I want to say. Covered the 2 types of people. I hit you on the products and why I'm a little concerned about the online. And let me just say this. That Victor Wembanyama, man. That product's. I sold my Victor Wembanyama autograph this week. Sold my Helix, by the way. I think I made a video on that. If you guys didn't see that, check it out. Have fun, guys. Have a good time out there. Enjoy the hobby. Don't listen to negativity. It's funny because I won't say I don't want you to listen to negativity, but just realize a lot of negativity you're hearing is stovepiped. It's people who are stuck in their own little dome. There's a lot going on. If you don't know what's going on, reach out. Talk to somebody new. Go to a card show. Go to a card event. A lot going on. Have a great night. Thanks for listening. I can't wait to check my little glitch here. How long we were out there. Was it completely black? Did you see my camera? What was going on there? Might be embarrassed. Did I touch my face? Did I take my glasses off? Have a great night.